Hello and welcome class 8. In this video we are going to continue chapter 11, the making of national movement of history. In the last video we were talking about Mahatma Gandhi. The advent of Mahatma Gandhi. People started considering Mahatma Gandhi as a kind of Masiha, as someone who could help them overcome their misery and poverty. लोगों को लगता था कि गांधी जी एक मसीहा की तरह हैं जो उनकी सारी डिफिकल्टीज एंड पॉवर्टी को ख़त्म करेंगे. They had such a kind of belief in Gandhi ji. And Gandhi ji wished to build class unity. He never wanted that there should be clashes between Hindu, Muslim, different caste. Whether there is a fight between peasants and zamindars, agricultural laborers, it should be resolved with peace, without any conflict. Moreover, many people credited Gandhiji with their own achievements. Even if they have achieved something themselves, they said that it is because of Gandhiji that they have achieved it. Now, as we know that Mahatma Gandhi was against violent movements, he was a non-violent leader. Once in 1922 February, what happened, there is a place in Uttar Pradesh called Chauri Chora. It is a place, Chauri Chora. Chauri Chora mein kya hua tha bache? There were some peasants, they were doing protest against the British. कुछ farmers Britishers के against protest कर रहे थे, very peaceful protest. And they were fired by the British people. So, in response to this fire, our Indian farmers, they have set fire to the police station. They have set fire, उन्होंने एक ब्रिटिश पुलिस स्टेशन को आग लगा दी जिसमें 22 पुलिसमैन मारे गए. 22 policemen were killed on that day in Chauri Chora. This was called Chauri Chora incident. And Mahatma Gandhi was very angry on this act because he did not like violent actions. He was so angry on our people that why they have taken violent action. And in response to this, he called off non-cooperation movement. उन्होंने कहा ये non-cooperation movement यहीं पे खत्म करो. Approximately during the same time, one more nationalist, Bhagat Singh, was also active. He, along with other people, demanded Purna Swaraj. Purna Swaraj means complete independence. Struggled a lot and opposed British rule in the country. Now, according to Gandhiji, Purna Swaraj would never come on its own. It had to be fought for. उन्होंने कहा कि पूर्ण स्वराज अपने आप नहीं मिलेगी, हमें लड़ना पड़ेगा. 1930 में गांधी जी डिक्लेयर्ड दैट ही वुड लीड अ मार्च टू ब्रेक द सॉल्ट लॉ. उन्होंने कहा हम ये जो सॉल्ट लॉ बनाया है हम इसको तोड़ेंगे. नाउ व्हाट इज सॉल्ट लॉ? अकॉर्डिंग टू सॉल्ट लॉ, द स्टेट, the government, the British government had a monopoly on manufacture and sale of salt. Monopoly means only one seller. That means कि salt सिर्फ British ही बना सकते हैं. Nobody else can manufacture salt. And if somebody manufactures, they have to pay heavy tax on the manufacture of salt. And according to Mahatma Gandhi, he said, putting tax on salt is very sinful. एक बहुत essential item है food की, that each and every person, even the poorest of the poor, needs this item. And it is sinful. Sinful means पाप. ये पाप है कि हम एक salt जैसी item को tax करें, उसका price बढ़ाएं. So he led a march to break the salt law. How, we'll see. Gandhiji and his followers marched for over 240 miles, around 388 kilometers, from Sabarmati to coastal town of Dandi. I've shown you map also here. So they have walked through this area from Sabarmati to coastal town of Dandi. Coastal town means where sea touches the land. and where they broke the government law, where they broke the salt law by gathering natural salt. They have gathered the natural salt from the ground and they boiled the sea water from which they produce salt. So, through this, they wanted to show the British that we have manufactured salt ourselves and we will not pay you tax. Now, after so many struggles of Indian nationalists and people, what is happening that the combined struggles, jitna bhi India ke logon ne struggle kiya, they have taken initiatives, they participated in various movements, these all struggles bore fruit. उनको result मिला कि जो हम government of India, जो British government थी, they have passed the act and they provided provincial autonomy. Provincial autonomy means the province, the area can take their own decisions. Autonomy means freedom of taking their own decisions. So उस province को अपने decisions लेने की freedom मिली and the government announced elections to the provincial legislature. When the Congress, our people, got their own freedom to fight elections, the Congress formed government in 7 out of 11 provinces. Out of total 11 provinces, 7 provinces. Provinces means areas. 7 areas में Congress की government बन गई. So, what was happening? We are getting our nation back. And then after 2 years in 1939, Second World War broke out. You saw that in First World War, our Indian soldiers, they served in British Army for fighting in World War I. Now in Second World War, they were again pressurized by the British government. But in return, they wanted that India be granted independence after the war. अब क्या हुआ? एक condition रख दी कि okay, we will serve you, we will provide you soldiers, in army. But in return, हमें क्या चाहिए? We want independence. And the British could not refuse their demand. During the World War II, Mahatma Gandhi decided to initiate a new phase of movement. Now the people were so adamant. Mahatma Gandhi told them, do or die in your efforts to find the British, but you must fight non-violently. So many people, they came on roads. You can see this picture. In this, so many people were gathered together to fight the British. This was also called Bharat Chodo Andolan. The first response of the British was severe repression. British ने उनको रोकने के लिए इस revolt को दबाने की बहुत कोशिश की. But by the end of 1943, 90,000 people were arrested and around 1,000 killed in police firing. After so many killings and so many people were arrested, so ultimately British Raj was on its knees. They tried their best, but when so many people were opposing at the same time, they could not handle the situation. And they decided to leave.